Hey y'all, N4H&H here, and I'm headed to Blue Ridge to meet up with Joel. We're gonna go do some SOTA today. This is Swanee, Georgia. I just want y'all to see what I'm leaving, all this traffic. Gonna get out in the woods. Stay tuned. Hey y'all, N4H&H, along the route to head up to Wesser Bald, we stopped at a rest stop here in North Carolina. Look at this, it's just north of Murphy. Really nice view here from the rest stop building. Hey, N4H&H here. I'm in Big Red with KC4WZB, and we're headed up to Wesser Bald. We went past our turn, so we turned around. Nice overlook back there, and you can see the Nantahala River. So we're making our turn off the main highway now to a secondary road, and we're going to head up to Wesser Bald. Which one is it? Can we see it yet?
Probably not.
Yeah. Well, look at that. We're catching it in a good time of year, y'all. The weather's good. Look at the leaves changing. All right, we'll catch you in a little bit. Hey, y'all, look at this. Beautiful. The Nantahala with all the leaves. I know this is a SOTA video, and we're down in the valley. We ain't on a mountain yet, but I wanted y'all to see that. That is just gorgeous. Sometimes, you know, it's not the destination that is all that. It's sometimes the trip. You know, you got to enjoy that part of it too. All right, catch you in a few. So tell me about it, Joel.
So this is probably one of the most beautiful drives that you'll have on the way to a summit.
Look at that.
There's several trout streams. We crossed the road. We just passed a swinging bridge a little while back and a hydroelectric power station. And the AT cuts through here and goes across Wesser and goes through one of the hardest areas around for hiking on the AT in this state, and that's through what they call the NOC, the Nantahala Outdoor Center. There's a guy trout fishing down here. Check him out. Looks like he's doing a little flying. And check the boulders out down there. We're going to go through an area up here on the right in a little while. See how the river crosses under the road or the creek, and we'll do that a couple of times, and there'll be a big large overlook up here with a waterfall and some other stuff, but just incredible. We'll be winding through here, climbing the whole way. Eventually we'll hit a forestry service road, and the power lines will cross the road, and that's where we'll park, and the AT runs right through there. But you can go to Bald or Wesser Bald from up here, and just absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, just look at that. Beautiful. We just caught it the right time of year. You know, and it's supposed to get up to 70 here, but it was, what was it at the cabin this morning? 28?
27.
27. So we're kind of in that transitional time. I brought too many layers because I can always take them off. But man, let's look at that. All right, we'll try to get some more beautiful scenery into this video, and yes, we'll just stay tuned. There'll be some SOTA action as well. What are those called? Yurts. Huh, cool. Okay, we're turning onto Otter Creek Road. We went a little bit past it because I was videoing those yurts. And so now we're going up Otter Creek. Look down there. SOTA in the North Carolina mountains, y'all. Come do it. Hey, y'all, check out the horses. Well, so Otter Creek Road just changed to gravel, y'all, and well, as you can see, narrow. So we're getting close. We're not too far. How far are we, Joel, from the
0.9 miles.
0.9 miles from where we're going to park. And then we'll head on up Wesser Bald. You know, you got to be really careful on these. This is what takes so long to go 2 miles. Look at this. Such a sharp turn. We just about could read the tag number on Big Red. But look at that, man. The sun hitting those trees. Enjoy the journey, folks. I tell you, this is great. This is one of the great things about combining amateur radio with the great outdoors. And you get exercise to boot. I mean, it's a win-win-win, isn't it?
Stay tuned. You'll see our parking spot up here.
Oh, yeah? So we're near it?
Yeah. We'll be making it.
All right, I'm going to let it roll. We're approaching our trailhead. Big Red is a Baja buggy. He loves this. Oh, here we go. We met him at the opportune time. There was a place to pull off.
Well, my GPS thinks we're here already, but we're not.
That happens sometimes, doesn't it?
Yeah.
GPS says we're here, but we're clearly not.
There's a place where the power lines cross over the road up here. There's parking on both sides of the road. It's a really good vantage point. Yeah, here.
There it is. And folks,
to see across.
that's a great point. You know, the people who have blazed these trails ahead of us, you know, when you go to the SOTA site, you can read their activation reports and learn more about, you know, how to avoid any type of pitfalls. Look at this. Oh yeah. Popular area, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, so we take advantage of, you know, you'll find GPS tracks available from the people who have already activated these. As a matter of fact, in the Carolinas, you're going to predominantly find GPS tracks by WW4D, formerly KI4SVM, Pat, and Dean, K2JB. They've blazed these trails ahead of us, and they've made it easier for the rest of us. All right, we're going to get our gear and get on the trail. Okay, y'all, there's Big Red parked, and we're headed to the trailhead, which is over here where this gate is. There's Joel leading the way. So we're going to be on the Appalachian Trail. Hey, y'all, check out this trail. Nice.
Come over here.
Oh yeah, look at that view, y'all. Wow. If you're not into SOTA yet, I highly recommend it. There's KC4WZB leading the way. I'm gonna angle the camera. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna do it level so you can get a sense of the steepness. This is not terrible. This is definitely not bad, but it's beautiful. It's chilly, but the sun is warming us. So I think this is going to be a perfect SOTA day. Oh yeah, y'all look at that. Well, thank you to whoever cut this tree out of the path. Thank you so much. There's Joel just rounded that corner over there. But I wanted y'all to see, the whole trail is not easy. You got to watch yourself on all these rocks. What's that?
I don't know how you stand it in that jacket.
Yeah, I might be coming out of this jacket in a bit. It gets warm when you start hiking, doesn't it?
About to start picking up elevation.
Oh, look at that. Yeah. So that's the summit up that way?
Yeah, it's probably a little bit of a false summit. You may not be able to see it, but the tower is going to be over to the right. We'll come up on a ridge. Real gorgeous. Very exposed drop off. I've activated there and I've activated below the Forestry Service Tower. There's a Forestry Service road that parallels the trail pretty much. It's a lot steeper than the trail.
Okay, here we are, nearing the summit. There's our friend John, N4AOW, on 14652.
The summit.
That's what I had to do, hold the antenna at that angle.
Summit to summit, summit to summit. Yeah, KC4WZB. I'm up here with Doug on Wesser Bald. Kilo Charlie 4 Whiskey Zulu Bravo on Whiskey 4 Charlie Stroke Whiskey Mike 058. You're about a 5x7 there, John. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you as well. You're also a 5 and 9. Can you give me the rest of your call sign? I got KC4 and I got you confused with Mel. Over.
Yeah, Roger. It's Whiskey Zulu Bravo. Kilo Charlie 4 Whiskey Zulu Bravo. KC4WZB. Roger.
Roger on that. Thank you much. I appreciate it. Hope you and Doug had a good hike up there.
Oh man, the weather's gorgeous. It's almost too hot coming up, but got some beautiful leaves. Everything's nice over here. We're over in your neck of the woods, I guess, and you're over in our neck of the woods. So have fun over there. Any of the rest of the FOG team with you up there?
Yes, they are. Let me see if they want to make the summit. Hold on.
Okay, I don't want to disturb them, but we're both about to get on CW. We'll probably chase them eventually, but I'll stand by. KC4WZB.
Roger.
Yeah, we hear a dog out in the distance. Joel's got another summit to summit working here.
Hey, Tom, W1PTS, you're 5x7. Good to hear you, man. Welcome back to the trail. Probably missed you for a little bit, but glad you're feeling better. And John says you're just as ornery as ever. So, good to work you, buddy.
Good to hear you guys out. I haven't gone in quite a while. You're a 5'9" here, 5'9" on my side.
Roger, you're about a 5x7. We're below the tower, but on the proper summit. And good to work you, man. I really appreciate your Facebook post. The other day I was trying to remember one of the verses of the day on Bible Gateway, and I don't know any way to go back and look. I just knew it was about a week ago. I said, oh yeah, I can go look at Tom's post. And sure enough, went right back to it. So enjoy those. Thank you for those. Roger, I tried to do about the same thing there. Well, you guys be safe up there. I'll let you work, Doug, and then we'll get Chip in the mix here too. So 73 from KC4WZB, stand by for N4 H&H.
I'm walking on past the tower and check out where Joel is. I hear the CW. There's a man.
Just heard Spain on 10 meters.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, he's trying to chase a guy. I can't hear him though.
Yeah, there's your NY4G EFHW.
Hey guys, Joel KC4WZB with Doug N4H&H. We're on top of Wesser Bald. We're actually right off the side of it, so there's like a 360-degree view up here, especially if you're on that fire tower right there. But we're well within the activation zone. And Doug set up his antenna. Let me get up here and I'll show you. Sorry, my videos aren't as good as Doug's. I don't have an iPhone, but
oh, Joel.
This is an aerial QRP rated infed, and we've got it set up sloper style. We're supporting it with Doug's trekking pole, and it's got a little cord tied to it, and then this is the radiating element. It's going, I don't know if you can see the wire right there, but it's going up to the corner of that fire tower. There's an insulator and it's tied off. Well, unfortunately, Doug climbed up there and forgot to undo the shorting lead to turn this thing into a 30-meter antenna, and he's really wanting to work 30 meters. So he wanted me to climb back up there, so I did, and then he got busy with his headphones in, and so I had to come back down here. And
it's a mess. Joel's bailing me out.
Yeah. So this actually is fortuitous. That's a big word for me, folks, but it's fortuitous because Doug posted a video of me on Buckeye Knob the other day, and several of the viewers on the channel have mentioned, what kind of tuner is that? Folks with the 705, this thing works with any radio, works really well with the LNR radios. I use it primarily with my LNR radio, but anyway, it's pretty sweet. It's got a bunch of relays in it that once it's tuned, it disengages any power, so it's not drawing any power. And it runs off a 9-volt battery here, you can see there. And when I'm not using it, I flip the battery around backwards. That way, if any of the buttons get pushed in my pack, the battery doesn't get worn down. So I've got it ready to go. You can make it even better if you put a counterpoise on it or a ground right there, but we've got aerial hooked up to one end. We've got the BNC short jumper hooked to the LNR. What model's that, Doug?
The MTR4B V2.
There you go. So Doug's got an Anchor speaker hooked up so you guys can hear him sending some code. And when I first got this thing, it's a little tricky. It's got some quick references and this, that, and the other about tuning. Understanding whether it's in bypass or not is a bit of a pain in the neck until you really understand what's going on. But simplest way to do it, you hit the power button one time, and then if you hit the bypass button and the yellow light comes on, it's in bypass. You tap the power button one more time and then hit the bypass button. If it goes to green, it's ready to tune, and you have to hold down the power button until this green light goes out. And when you see the green light go out, Doug will send a series of das and dits. He'll close both sides of his paddle, so it'll just send a da 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 da, and you'll hear the relays in the tuner clicking. And this makes it really convenient because we don't have the antenna set up for being resonant on 30 meters. So we're going to fool the radio with the tuner. And as you can see, this thing's good for HF through 6 meters up to 20 watts max. So we're plenty good with this. So I'm going to engage the tune cycle. Doug, when you see the green LED light go out, you can start the da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay. Okay. And now it's at 1-to-1 SWR. You want to check it with your SWR meter, Doug, on that end?
Well, 1.1.
1.1. So Doug is now ready. Have you put your spot out yet, Doug?
No, I haven't. 10.110.
So Doug's using what we call OutDlog, and it's a fantastic app.
Well, I'm using right now. I'm going to spot with.
He's going to spot with SOTA.
SOTA Goat.
SOTA Goat. He's going to put in our SOTA reference, which is Whiskey 4 Charlie stroke Whiskey Mike 058 Wesser ball. This is an 8-point summit with bonus points in the wintertime, but we're not quite wintertime yet.
The spot's out. Now I'm switching out.
Now he's going to OutDlog, and if you see at the very top in the center, it has the SOTA summit reference right up there where Doug's pointing. You can't see the focus very well there, but and then he's going to go ahead and enter the frequency that he's spotting on and the mode. And then the only thing he'll have to do after that is type in the frequency when he's logging a contact. So he's just sent out a spot. Now he's probably going to, oh yeah, he's got his memory keyer set up because he's a smart goat or a lazy goat one. See if we get some fish here. Okay. So in SOTA, customary Doug will send back his call sign, then his signal report, and then a BK. So he sent back a BK and a UR and a 559, I believe. Doug sending him back a BK, and now he's going to send his signal report and a dit.
Oh, that was a different person, wasn't it?
I think that's Kilo Golf 3W maybe. Kilo Golf
Yeah.
3W.
Okay, KG3W. Yeah, that's correct.
So on SOTA Goat, once you've put someone's name in right there as Scott, next time you log their call sign, it'll automatically pop up their name. And it's really personal and nice on a QSO if when you're giving the guy a signal report, you send him something similar to GA for good afternoon or GM for good morning, and then return with his handle, his name, and then give the report, and customarily they'll send you back your name. Your RST 559. So easy as pie, guys. So we're putting out 4.5 or 5 watts, and we're getting out all over the place without even a really truly resonant antenna at this point. I mean, we could make it resonant by removing the shunting jumper or whatever, shortening the antenna, but we've faked it out with the tuner, and CW is doing its wonderful thing, cutting through. So.
And I got Spain a while ago.
Oh yeah.
You did too, didn't you?
I did.
On 20 meters.
I think I got them on 10. 10 meters is hot right now, guys. 15 as well.
Yeah, and this radio only weighs 7 ounces, which is great. But the downside is I only work 4 bands with it, 20, 30, 40, and 80. But for 80, I would need this tuner to fool the radio.
Yeah. So the cool thing is, now that we've got this in tune mode, if Doug was to switch bands and we wanted to make sure it was resonant, I would just hold down the button until the green light goes out again, and we send a carrier, and it'll tune. Sending a dead key or a straight key lockdown is probably a little easier on the tuner than just da-da-da-da-da-da, but we would have to go into the menu and put this thing in straight key mode, and the da-da-da-da-da works just fine with this. So Doug's got quite a good setup here. He's got a nice clipboard with his battery and his radio attached to the clipboard. Back when we used to not use such awesome logging programs, we needed a watch for we'd have it set to Greenwich Mean Time, which is the standard for logging SOTA contacts. Got a pico paddle that's magnetic, and we've got a little bracket that we use that's just one of those 3M, what do you call them, Doug?
It's a picture hanger, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a picture hanger.
But let me interrupt and say, by the way, and I've mentioned this before, this was Joel's idea. He literally like, hey man, go to Walmart and get this and this and this. So this was all his idea. The battery's Velcroed on here, the radio. There's a clock for timing, although now with this app, it does it sets the time for me. I mean, it logs the time. But this was all Joel's idea. Pico paddle fits perfectly in that little groove. And, it's genius. Joel is the genius at repurposing things.
Cool. Well, awesome, guys. Doug, you want to switch frequencies or send out a final call on that one? See if anybody else
I already did a QRT.
Okay, great. So, guys, hope this helped. Again, when you finish with this, just flip it over, take the battery out, flip it over backwards so you don't run the battery down. And
did you mention how long the battery lasts?
I don't know. I've never run one dead, and I had one in there for 2 years, and I got kind of skittish and changed it out. So it's, I mean, literally it's on for just seconds and then it's off. So it's a brilliant tuner. You can get these from Elecraft in a kit form where you do some very minor assembly, some soldering and putting some parts together and getting the fittings tightened into the casing, or you could buy it fully assembled. I don't know what they're currently going for, but it's worth every penny if you need a QRP very lightweight tuner. And I've not seen anything else on the market that'll even come close. And it'll tune, as they say, a fence post. I've had this on just a random wire out in the rain and work people all over the place. So it's, you know, if you get on a summit and your antenna becomes completely trashed and you just got some wire, I mean, you can save an activation just by having something like this in your pack. And for emergency stuff as well, you know, when you get we were in a tornado, a hurricane, or some kind of crazy disaster, something like this, you just saw how we talked all over the country and all over the world with 4 or 5 watts of power and basically a piece of wire. So we can, you know, anybody can come up with a piece of wire to get hooked up to this thing pretty much. I like to have one of the BNC to banana post adapters. Then you can tie on a piece of wire. So I keep one of those in my pack just in case I need to come up with a homebrew impromptu just wire connection. So any parting words, Doug?
Well, I just want to say we don't work for Elecraft. They have no idea we're telling you all this, but those of you who watch my channel regularly know, you know, I'm not beholden to any manufacturer. I just want to give you guys the real scoop. And this thing is quite a find for what we do with, you know, and it can handle up to 20 watts, which means it could handle the 10 and 15 watt QRP rigs easily. So we just want to give you guys the straight scoop here. Only thing we promote are things we really truly believe in. Thanks a lot for coming along with us.
Hey guys, it's KC4WZB back again. Up at the actual fire tower summit, on top of the fire tower, wanted you to see the views from up here and the foliage. I don't know if it's picking it up on the camera, but spectacular. Look at that. So we're up top. This is where Doug and I were doing the video a second ago with the Elecraft tuner. And this is Doug's antenna setup. He's got a winder with some extension rope on it tied to the banister rail. You can see the insulator, and he's got a power pole connector where he can connect another extension to make the antenna resonant. Let's say you wanted to make it a, I don't know, 160 meter maybe. Be a lot of wire to carry. And that power pole down there at the other insulator is for making the antenna resonant on 30 meters. And you can see about 25 feet off the ground.
Well, thank y'all for coming along with us today on this summit activation of Wesser ball. I just finished packing up. That's where Joel filmed me a while ago, working on the 30-meter band using that Elecraft T1 tuner. So we're headed back down the trail. And it's been a great day. Beautiful, you know, you guys can see the scenery here in the video. And that's what's so great about amateur radio, combining it with the outdoors. Summits on the air, parks on the air too, you know. You see the beautiful scenery with parks on the air as well. So, all right, we're gonna head on back to the truck. Hey, I want you to notice that white stripe on the tree. So that indicates this is the Appalachian Trail. So for those of you who are into POTA, parks on the air, the Appalachian Trail is considered a park. So you could do a double activation. You could do SOTA from here as well as POTA, you know, realizing you'll have to get your 10 contacts for POTA. But yeah, I mean, we just got over 20, so it's not a problem getting contacts. But I just wanted y'all to know that, just in case you're into POTA, you can do both. Okay, folks, here we are back at Big Red. Looks like it's stand out a little bit here. Thank you for coming along. Hope you enjoy this video. We tried to put a little more educational stuff in there too. Thanks to my friend Joel, KC4WZB, for the filming. And so, hey, come along next time. There are many other videos in the SOTA playlist here on the channel, so check them out. All right, hey, 73 from N4 HNH.